Alright, welcome to part 3 of 5 of the Hour of Code tutorial series. Now, this should be probably the quickest one of the bunch. I've done a dry run of it, and so you could probably just come in just at this video, and there is a guide in here on how to just come straight in at part 3 and be prepared. But I think he'll take away the most from the entire Hour of Code series and the documentation that's been prepared if you go through it all. And it's really not too bad going through it. I've tried to slim it, and so let's take a peek. I'm going to close this document. This will be linked in the description. I've gone ahead and opened up the editor over here. Now, this one's going to be a little more into the talking about blueprints specifically and about some new power-ups. Specifically, we are going to introduce the Jump Boost power-up, which is right here. It's under Content, Hour of Code, Blueprints, Jump Boost. I'm going to drag it in. Now, if you look at it, you can actually customize some of the properties here. I can change the velocity, the cooldown time, and kind of an important thing to know when looking at this is if I change the values here in the details, there's a couple important things. I can reset their values at any time to the base value set in the original one, as in what all of them inherit from. And also, that kind of plays into the other important thing. This is just one. If I wanted to edit all of them at the same time, I would have to go into the main blueprint and edit it there. But edits that I do here will just affect just this one. So, like, if I spawned in and I jump, you see I have a certain velocity and I jump a little bit higher now. And say I made this make it something much more noticeable. Now I jump even higher. But if I placed an original right next to it, that is at the default value. So that won't happen. Just kind of seeing it in action. So we're gonna go ahead and delete this extra one. Now, we're gonna walk through the Jump Boost code real quick. I'm gonna open up the blueprint, and we're only gonna walk through half of it. The second half is gonna be covered in Activity 5. So I right-clicked, I browse to asset, I double-click, I'm gonna zoom in. Okay. So, Blueprint basics. At a glance, blueprints are blocks connected with virtual wires. The points where wires connect to blocks are called pins. Let's review some important concepts used in blueprints. The white pins are called execution pins. That's these right here. Think of this as the power supply in the sequence of events. Blocks will run in the order they are connected with the white wire. Each block can have pins on the left side and on the right side. Pins on the left side are used for providing the inputs the block will need to execute. Pins on the right side are outputs that can send the result of the execution to another action or save it to a variable. To connect wires, click and drag onto the destination pin. Like this was disconnected. Or like I delete this wire or something. Let's not delete that. I think if I alt-click, it deletes it. Yeah. You can alt plus click on a connection to delete it without deleting anything. I can just connect that right there. Unreal Engine is an event-driven environment. You'll notice that the first block is activated by a specific event. In this case, begin overlap. That means this code sits and waits for something to happen, like the player touching a power-up, literally a power-up in this case, which triggers the execution of that code sequence. Blueprints make use of color coding to help quickly identify block types and compatible connections. You'll notice that only the same colored pins are connected together. You will see the jump velocity and cooldown time have little open icons next to them. I believe there is this right here. Anything, because it means they're global variables. So like if I altered it here, it would affect every single one. This is handy for game designers because it allows them to make changes to the code without having to open the blueprint. This makes for faster iteration when playtesting, which you have experienced when modifying the jump velocity and cooldown time of the jump boost power-ups in your level, like when we showed that you could make it go higher or reduce the cooldown time. Now if I use the scroll wheel, I can zoom in. I can use the right mouse to pan around. And we're going to walk through step by step and break this down. The character overlaps the sphere collision. If I look, I can actually pull up the collision, I believe. What is the best way? Viewport. So I can see the collision over here. Take a look at the asset. I'm going to compile it in the viewport. And then it makes a call to the character, or a cast. This indicates that the following code will be executed once the player collides with the sphere, thereby touching the power-up. The character then changes the jump velocity of the character movement, setting the value chosen by you, the designer, or the programmer. Next, the power-up is being turned. We're in this section now. Set collision enable. Next, the power-up is being turned invisible by toggling its visibility off. And then the collision of the sphere is being set so the character can't interact with it. Basically, so you can't like stack power-ups or something. You walk into it, you grab it, it disappears. Section 4, right here, will play a sound at the location, in this case, SFX jump boost. Then in the 5th section, there's a delay set by the value of the cooldown time variable. Right here. It's got a default of 4. And if I change this, it would alter the cooldown time of basically everything, or rather the base cooldown time. Individual settings might still maintain. But if I hit that little yellow arrow that would reset something to the base, it would reset it to whatever I changed here. If we go over to 6, which is valid, it checks to see if the character is alive. If the character is valid, you follow the blue wire up and back, and you'll see it's calling the character. So if I follow this blue wire, that's connected to the character all the way back here. Without this node, the game will report an error if the character dies when it reaches the last node. Well, we don't want that. The last node sets the character's jump velocity back to the value it was originally. Again, you can follow the blue wire back. I'm not going to follow it all the way back. We just did it a second ago. And see where it's connected to the character. So we've got our cooldown time. That can be changed right here. And our jump velocity. That can be changed right here. Okay. That's a lot. So let's recap in a single breath. This blueprint is allowing the character to jump higher for a short time, and the character is unable to pick it up again during that time. As a bonus, a sound plays to let the player know they have acquired the power-up. When the jump boost expires, the player's jump velocity will return to normal, and they can collect the jump boost again. Compile, save, close. In order to wrap things up, we're going to add some coins and some jump boosts to prepare for the next activity. The next activity will be adding a adding a key to open up here. But to wrap up this activity, it's going to be nice and simple and a lot easier than sequencing or something. But of course, you are welcome to add any gauntlets you want. But I'm here to just primarily go over the activities in the hour of code. So, but creativity is half the battle and half the fun. So, to each their own. I just don't want to bloat it too much. I'm still gonna have some creativity though. Like, since the cooldown time isn't too short, I'm gonna make him pick it up down here. Dig it up here where the key is gonna be. And let's throw some coins. It's not really a video game if I'm not gonna use end to slam those down actually, because they on the floor. It's not really a video game if there's not a hidden stash of coins somewhere, right? So actually I can probably just, yeah. Think smarter, not harder. I'm just duplicating the coins with Alt and drag, by the way. And I'm gonna just make a quick path over to the next zone. Space these out a little bit. Gonna need a power up right about here. Coin. Coin. Let's put one like in the middle of the stairs. Video game power-ups are expensive, right? Alright. And now, and of course something you could add long term, and may even be added in the 4th or 5th, is a count on how many coins you've gotten or something. That'd be a lot of fun. So if I jump up here, I should make sure this is the one with the default value. That is really high. Let's just save all. There we go. Is this on the default value too? It is. Alright. And of course, have some fun with it. Mine kind of makes them go on a wild goose chase to see all these coins. Oh! Why didn't the jump boost work? That's no good. Or did it? Jump boost? Jump. Oh, what's going on here? Oh my god, that's not a jump boost, that's a coin. Jump boost? What? Oh no. Let's try this again. Maybe I'm missing something. There's probably a 4-second cooldown between using them. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Okay, so I don't have it right now. Definitely been 4 seconds. Okay. I think there's a cooldown after using it. That's really strange. I probably mistimed it or something. Let's go make sure we can complete the last part. I think I just had some weird jump. There we go. So that's been probably the shortest of the 5. I hope this was informative too. Hope it helped you. And like and subscribe for more. I plan on doing the whole series and might even tackle more of the tutorials from Unreal Engine 4 as well. Have a good one.